I want to play my 2010 Fender American Deluxe Stratocaster. We're going to find out if this thing's any good. This video isn't like other videos out there, you know, where they talk for like 7.5 minutes and then only play the guitar for maybe a minute. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot of playing. Still going to talk though. And as always, the signal chain is listed in the description down below, along with chapter markers. So if you want to jump around, you can do that. That's enough talking. Let's get after it. You can't do a review on YouTube without talking about the specs, right? So I'm going to try and do that quickly, and then we'll get back to sound samples. Starting off, we have a poly-finished, strat-carved, contoured alder body. The Deluxe, they call it Select Alder. We have a maple neck and figured maple fretboard. This is a modern C shape, and we also have the dot inlays. That maple neck is also bolted onto the body, however, the body does have the contoured cutout heel. On the front of the headstock is where you're going to find the, what I like to call, foil stickered Fender Stratocaster logos. On the rear of the headstock is where you're going to find the staggered Fender locking tuners. We then have a master volume that has the S1 switch, a tone for the neck, and a shared tone for the middle pickup and the bridge. So I have a 5-way selector. We are going to talk about the S1 switch, and the fact that it gives you, instead of 5 positions, it gives you 10. And those control the Fender N3 noiseless pickups. And finally, you can't forget the 2-point tremolo system with the block saddles. Here's 5 more sound samples. to say this in every video here, but this part of the video I'm doing to appease the internet. I'm basically trying to prevent tears from forming themselves into comments. It is beneficial, but I like saying that because I think it's mildly funny. Not really, but mildly. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this in clean with all 10 pickup positions. I've always found, personally, there's more benefit to hearing how the pickups react to a little bit of light drive. So we'll do the exact same thing, but with a little bit of light drive. Now let's take a look at the potentiometers here. So again, master volume, and then a tone for the neck and a shared tone for the bridge in the middle. So let's go ahead and just wiggle around some knobs. We'll just do the bridge and then the neck because it's self-explanatory. Okay, so now that you've heard all of the different sound samples, you've heard it clean, congratulations, it is beneficial. But you've heard all the different sounds. You know what this sounds like, at least in my hands. So that should be enough to, maybe formulate your opinion on whether or not you think this sounds like a good guitar. But I've always thought, and I still believe, that sound is only really 10% of the equation when it comes to guitars. Because you don't like how a guitar sounds, spend some money, change the pickups, change the bridge, change the tuners, things like that. You can do that and change the sound here. You can install humbuckers in this thing, just get a different pick guard and wire it up. But feel and the amount that you actually bond with this guitar is very, very, very important, and that's what I'm going to try and give at least my opinion on. So, do I think this is a good guitar? The answer is yes. This here, I've owned for a few years, and this is one of the only Strats that I can confidently play metal with and just dial the tone back to like 8, rather than having the tone sitting at like 5. Generally, 5 is around the sweet spot. Sometimes you can get away with 6 if you dial the tone back on the bridge. Otherwise, it just sounds like an ice pick. This, not the case at all. This just has a lot of magic if you're going to be playing high gain or metal. This neck, and consequently fretboard, are very, very, very comfortable. It looks great because it is, there's like nice figuring here. It's not like flamed or anything like that, but there's nice figuring on the maple. But it is extremely comfortable to play and extremely comfortable to play leads with. Which leads me to the S1 switch. The S1 switch and myself, we have kind of a rocky relationship, because it's not that I don't find benefit in it, because there's a lot of benefit in it. However, it's a giant rabbit hole, I find. If I'm trying to work on a lead, the S1 switch will give me a whole bunch of different options that I never thought of before, but it also make it so it takes me like 10 times longer to work on that lead or get a recording. Same thing when it comes to rhythm. So if you're someone that, when I put this, if you like to stay consistent when you're recording and stuff like that, and you don't want to have a whole bunch of rabbit holes and stuff like that you go down, maybe the S1 switch isn't the greatest idea. But if you're looking for a Swiss Army knife in the form of a Stratocaster, get one with an S1 switch, because really you can do anything with it. Rather than, if you pick up a standard or a professional 2, the professional 2 gives you the option of you know, adding the neck pickup into positions 1 and positions 2, which is great, but there's just a whole bunch of things that it's missing. So the S1 switch, I did note what the positions are when you actually saw me go through all 10 pickup positions and stuff like that. So I do have a cheat sheet, I'm not gonna lie here, but position 1 is all 3 pickups in series. Position 2 is then the bridge and the middle running in series. Position 3 is then the middle and the neck running in series. Position 4 is the bridge and the neck pickup running in series out of phase with the special tone capacitor. And position 5 is the bridge and the middle running in series out of phase, and then the neck running in parallel to those two. It's magic. It can definitely take a little while to get used to it, but honestly, at that point, you're gonna want to get used to your guitar anyway when you set it up. So if you just go through and, you know, just mess around with the S1 switch and the different pickup combinations, you'll just end up finding ones that you like. So some go-tos. Usually, it's a lot of people. For a lot of people, it's S1 in position 1 because that's all 3 pickups together, which is on the American Professional 2s, and position 2, which is the bridge and the middle running in series. Those are generally the ones that kind of get used quite often. And then I've always liked position 5 because that just sounds just all sorts of weird. And as far as playability goes, again, like I said, it's an absolute joy playing on this neck. It's very nice. I've always enjoyed the 2-point tremolo systems. Which I'm starting to really prefer some of the like American vintage or American original, whatever you call them, like the 6 points. Those ones on those type of guitars, they just have a specific kind of feel to them. Maybe I'm crazy, but otherwise I do prefer the 2-point tremolo system because it's just really easy to set up and really easy to control, especially when you have a whole bunch of different strats. It's just fun to get them all set up and a lot easier to do so. And as well, the contoured neck heel, which is now part of the, like in the American Professional 1, was not there. In the American Professional 2, they now have integrated the contoured neck heel here. It's noticeable. It's not, I don't find it like revolutionary by any stretch of the imagination, but if you start playing one that doesn't have it, after playing leads on this, you know, on one that does have it, you start to notice it. It's not like it's gonna hurt your hand or anything like that, but it's definitely a welcome benefit and a welcome addition to this guitar. And the Select Alder. Like, yeah, this looks nice, but I mean, it's not like, it's Alder, right? So it's not like it's an ash body where it's like highly figured or anything like that. But I mean, there is nothing wrong with Alder. It sounds really nice. Some people, because ash was the first for strats, some people really kind of lay down the law and just say, well, I have an ash Stratocaster, I'm better than everybody else. But to be honest, like a lot of the 57s and the 58s were Alder at that point. And you know who played a 57, 58? Buddy Guy. So I like what Buddy Guy plays. So yes, it is a good guitar. And again, you're looking at noiseless pickups here over regular pickups. So, I mean, you still want to get a noise gate if you're playing high gain, but the noiseless pickups here just really work well. And again, a benefit to the guitar. Thanks for watching.